And welcome to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. It feels like a brand new world right now because we have the start of outdoor sports, including high school football, which is now right around the corner. Looking at a league season, maybe 4 or 5 games for most teams. Very exciting times right now for local sports here in the Inland Empire. We're going to get to that in just a second because we're going to really blow it out high school football-wise. We've got a lot of great coaches coming on the show, not only tonight. We're going to line some up for next week as we lead into those scrimmages and those first games of the season. A little bit later, we've got OP Vaipulu from JW North. We got Zach Dilley, the new head coach at Paloma Valley. He literally just took over the Wildcats, and he's going right into the spring football season. And a little bit later in the show, Fontana high school baseball player Cole Torres will also join us live. We got Aric Galiano from San Jacinto standing by. But real quick, before we get to coach, let's take a look at those COVID case rate numbers. Again, this is what we're all paying attention to right now. This is the numbers that matter for outdoor sports. We have the green light. We are good to go. Riverside County at 11.3, although even on Tuesday morning, they had improved by the time they released those numbers. The public health director, Kim Sarwatari, announcing that as of Tuesday at about 11 a.m., it was already down to 10.9. So we're still making progress. And San Bernardino County, they're at 9.0, so they're actually even doing a little bit better. If we can get down to 7, the outdoor high-contact sports like football, like water polo, would not have to do the weekly COVID testing. So that's kind of the next benchmark we have to hit. But until then, we'll be happy with just playing some football. So the way it looks like right now, those first games will be Thursday, March 18th, Friday, March 19th, that first week of the high school football season. So those are the latest numbers right now here in the Inland Empire. Join us here on the show. They just wrapped up practice out there at San Jacinto High School. He is the head coach of the Tigers, Aric Galiano. And Coach, I mean, what does it feel like? Here we are in early March, and you're preparing for your first game of the season. I'm just exciting times to be back out there.
Yeah, it feels a little bit different. Handing the gear out yesterday and getting everybody ready to go. But we still has that aura of when you start in August and getting things going.
It's just so bizarre, but I know none of us are complaining. We're all going to take it. We'll take as many games as we can get at this point. Even tonight, a night
Absolutely.
like tonight where you guys were out in the rain, it didn't matter, right? You guys were just happy to be out there.
No, the kids were super excited. They've been doing a great job of staying socially distanced when we're out there, sanitizing. Every time our segment timer goes off, we're sanitizing the kids, wiping down the equipment, taking the temperatures when they first get in. They've done a really good job of going to the mandates that everybody's in placed on us. And that was the one big question, is everybody going to be able to handle that? And the kids have done an awesome job of doing that.
Well, Coach, even going back to, let's say, last week, we kind of saw the writing on the wall that the numbers this week were going to get below 14. Were you preparing in advance, like, hey, on Tuesday, as soon as we see that number, and we're assuming it's going to be below 14, and it was, we got to hit the gas pedal and just go?
Absolutely. We've been going, since October, 2 to 3 days a week, and we pushed forward more. As we were going, we pushed a little bit forward once we got after the new year, and then we just continued to push. And once the numbers hit, we knew March 2nd was our date that we had to hit, and we ended up hitting it, and the kids have been super excited.
So you were telling me off air, you're in helmets right now, and then Friday, we're calling it Full Pad Friday because I think most teams in this area who have started practicing, real practices as of Tuesday, Friday would be that first date, right, to go out in full pads and start hitting. Hey, Coach, I think we're having a technical difficulty here getting your Zoom call. So if you want to, you can log out and then log back in, and we'll make sure we get you here on the show. Oh, I think we got you again. It froze up a little bit. But, Coach, what I was saying was Friday, for that Full Pad Friday, you guys can start hitting, and that's an important part of football, right, to get that contact and start feeling that a little bit before you go into your first game of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We issued helmets yesterday. Got the entire group helmets yesterday, and we split the team in half. Today and tomorrow of getting them their shoulder pads and the lower pads. And, Friday's an exciting day. The kids are chomping at the bit. A lot of them that have been in the program for the last 3 years, this is going on the 4th. They're super stoked to get the opportunity just to play the 5 games.
Yeah, and how special for your seniors too, right? I mean, like I said, 2-3 weeks ago, we were like, man, I don't know if the football season's even going to happen, and these poor seniors aren't going to get a chance to lace it up again. How special is it for your seniors to run them out there a couple more times?
It's huge. We lost one who graduated early and went to UCLA, and there's a couple other ones that are bubble guys and that need this film to get recognized. And so it's huge for them. It's huge for our program. It's huge for our community. The administration has been awesome as far as supporting athletics and making sure the kids have an outlet to come and do some things when they've been locked up at home, going to school. So which has been really awesome.
Well, you mentioned that one guy who's taken his talents to UCLA, and he is a pretty good guy, that quarterback, Kajaya Holloway. And can't blame him for going to UCLA. I would imagine that was probably his plan the whole time, was to enroll early, right, with the Bruins, assuming you guys had a fall season, and then, like a lot of great players do, they enroll early at college, right?
Yeah. Our plans were, if we were playing in January and February, he was in the plan talking with them was, they want him to get as much reps as possible. And so he was planning on playing up until, not too long ago when it just continued to get pushed back. And, once March 2nd hit, I talked to him and he kind of wanted to. And I'm like, it's not the right time for you. You need to move forward into your career and prepare for spring ball and try to compete at that next level.
Well, Coach, let's talk about, before we talk about your schedule, do you have a scrimmage? Because I know some teams are doing the scrimmage and some, I think, are bypassing it. Are you guys scrimmaging?
Yeah, we are scrimmaging. We're next Saturday morning, we're going to be at Valley View High School, 10 a.m., scrimmaging the Valley View Eagles with Coach Bartlett.
See, that's when it gets real, right? Like, you can get out there, you can hit someone that doesn't have orange or black on, and it feels a little bit more real for that first game. But let's talk about your schedule. Is it completely Mountain Pass League? You're just playing the other teams in your league?
We're playing. We have one crossover game. Our plan was we have the 5 league teams, and so we only have 4 league games. So we have a crossover with the Rain Cross Conference, and we ended up drawing Moreno Valley. And so we talked with them, and they wanted to still keep that game. And so, we have them second week of the season after we open up with Tahquitz on the 19th.
Yeah, we're looking at your schedule right now. Tahquitz, Moreno Valley, West Valley, Paris, and Citrus Hill. So, Coach, in an abbreviated season like this, I guess the goal that you would set out for your squad is let's win a league title, right?
Yeah, yes and no. My biggest thing is we're treating it as like an extended spring ball, like the kids going to college, where they're playing, those games or practicing the 15 practices before they have their big spring game. And that's kind of our emphasis now is, practicing, getting a lot of kids reps. We only have the one level because of the numbers. So we're planning on, getting a lot of kids reps, making sure, they understand what we're doing in our program and continue to push forward.
So, Coach, of course you want to win the game, but like you said, you go into these contests hoping to get some of your seniors exposure, get some of these guys reps. And I think just the fact that you guys are on the field playing real games, I mean, that's a victory in itself.
Absolutely. What the kids have had to endure, the past year, as well as, the parents been at home with them and having to do the homeschooling, and them just to have the opportunity to get out there and compete with their friends. And, this is the memories that they'll last a lifetime, that they build, playing high school athletics. We have a lot of kids that won't continue to play. And for them being able to continue it, their last year for some of the seniors, those that aren't going to miss the season, it's awesome to see, how excited those kids are.
Coach, listen, I always appreciate the time. We always fear the paw over here on the Inland Sports Show. We love San Jacinto. Best of luck this season, and hopefully we'll cross paths on a sideline soon.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, Pep, and thank you guys for having me. I appreciate everything you guys do for all the athletics programs in the Inland Empire.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Galiano out there at San Jacinto. We appreciate the time. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, sir. You guys have a good evening.
You too. That was awesome. So he just wrapped up practice out there at San Jacinto High School, got in the office, did a live interview because, again, we're fired up about high school football. It is upon us. It is happening. And, again, those first games will be in a couple Fridays or Thursday if they have a Thursday, March 18th game. So a big thanks to Coach Galiano. Coach, you can roll out. We're going to continue the show. I can see him hanging out on Zoom, but he doesn't have to wait for us. He's a busy guy. So these high school football coaches are going a million miles a minute right now as they, I don't want to say scramble, but they're having to really hustle and, finalize these schedules and make sure all those safety protocols are in place to make sure they can safely play these games and have practices. And like you heard, he's going to have a scrimmage as well before that first game as they will take on the Valley View Eagles and Dan Barledge on that awesome red field out there at Valley View High School, which I actually just drove by not too long ago, a couple hours ago before I rolled into the studio. All right, we're going to take another quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to head out to Paloma Valley High School with their new head coach. And I mean new. This guy was named the head coach like a week ago officially. It is Zach Dilley, the head coach of the Wildcats. We'll have him next here on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. Here's your connection, 40, that Mike Trout is a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. So
Right.
There you go.
Although I am currently struggling with that. It's hard to be an Eagles fan right now. Me and Mike Trout know this. Maybe this can help.
Well, I was going to say, okay, you like the Eagles and you're going to jump on the Angels bandwagon. You must be a glutton for punishment. You must just like misery, right?
That's the title in my Tinder dating profile.
Hey, but yesterday on Sunday, real quick, the Dodgers beat the A's 2-1. But our guy, Matt Davidson, the pride of Yucaipa High School, going deep, trying to make that Dodgers roster hit a bomb yesterday against the Oakland A's. So obviously that's going to help his cause. Dodgers win. Davidson goes deep. As we move to the NBA now, guys, last time we spoke, the Lakers are just really struggling without Anthony Davis. They finally picked up a big win, in fact, a blowout win against Golden State yesterday. But 40, I know you're a LeBron guy. I mean, LeBron is really going to have to shoulder the load with Anthony Davis gone. And what will that mean at the end of the season if he's playing like incredible minutes and, again, feeling that burden of trying to carry this team? And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. Big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, making it happen behind the scenes. Now, we love doing these live interviews. We especially love them when they're actually at the field. That's what's going on right now. Football practice is upon us here in the Inland Empire. Let's go live out to Paloma Valley High School. And when I say new, I mean this guy is the new head coach for the Paloma Valley Wildcats. And he is a Paloma Valley legend. Zach Dilley joined us live on the show. Hey, Coach, first off, congratulations on the new gig. We love Tom Tello, and you're taking over for him for Paloma Valley. But did you ever envision this is how you would get your first head coaching gig in a situation kind of like this in a weird year?
Of course not. I mean, this is something unprecedented. Nobody's been prepared for this all year long, and especially for the timing of the season to be approved. Basically, scheduling everything, trying to get it done in a week's time has been a whirlwind. My head's been spinning, but hey. The kids are out here, they're competing, and the energy's great, and I love what I'm doing. I'd take it at this time over again and over again, so no worries.
Coach, listen, I know you played at San Diego State. You've seen and played a lot of football, and I know you're a young guy still, but you've seen a lot of football, coached a lot of football. But are you enjoying and soaking in these moments just a little bit more this spring? Because, again, we didn't have it for so long, and I think a lot of us took it for granted.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't put a price on it right now because we've been deprived of it for so long, and we missed it forever. And it's just, I'm enjoying every minute of it, as stressful as it can be at times. I'm so thankful and fortunate that we can be out here with our athletes and give them an opportunity to have a season here.
How do the Wildcats look? How are you guys doing out there? Are you guys running around, flying around with some good speed? Yes.
I love what I'm seeing. We definitely got some athletes out here. We're looking pretty good. We even got some depth, and it might be a little tough declaring who we're going to start. So that's always a good problem to have, and I'm feeling optimistic.
So, Coach, are you guys having a scrimmage before your first game?
Yeah, we got a scrimmage not this Saturday coming up, but the Saturday afterwards against Mobile.
Oh, very good, very good. So, Coach, listen, I know you are a Paloma Valley, I said legend, because you were the first Wildcat to get a full athletic scholarship. You played football at San Diego State, but you were the very first Paloma Valley student to do so at the Division I level coming out of high school. Did you ever think that you'd come full circle back at the high school where you starred, and now you're the head coach of the football team? And lacrosse, I should say.
True. Well, I never really thought it that far out. As I started coaching, it kind of became more of a possibility there. But yeah, I certainly never was, in the plans growing up or anything like that. But I'm sure glad it ended up this way. I'm passionate about it. I love being here. I love my school. Love Wildcats, and just happy to be here.
Now, Coach, under normal circumstances, you might have like 6-7 months as a new head coach to prepare for your first season. Instead, you've got 2 weeks to prepare for that first game of the year. I mean, for the next 2 or 3 weeks, you just try to keep things simple. Do you try to keep everyone healthy? Because obviously you don't want injuries out there with such, probably not a lot of time in the weight room and all that. So what do you think the next couple of weeks might look like as you get your Wildcats prepared for that first game?
Yeah, so kind of like you said, just kind of roll it out slow, keep it simple at first, make sure we get down, our bread and butter, and then we can start maybe tweaking some things, looking forward to, getting more complex schemes in the playbook. And then, so just kind of keep it simple, roll it out slow, and then see where we go from there.
And finally, Coach, because I know you got to get back to practice, but can you use this spring football maybe as I know we want to honor the seniors and make sure they have that great experience this year, but for your returning players, can you use this spring football as a launching pad into what your fall schedule will look like?
Yeah, somewhat, and that's kind of what I considered it. It's almost like a padded spring ball in a way, but obviously I don't want to treat it that way, just like you said, for my seniors. It's a real season. We want to win every game. We're going to compete to our fullest ability. But at the same time, we're going to take a look at it as something to prepare for and build off of going into the 21 season.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the new gig. I know it's kind of bizarre circumstances that we're even playing high school football in the month of March, but we'll take it. We'll take whatever we can get at this point. Coach, congrats. It's good talking to you, and I'll probably be bugging you again for more interviews down the road.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Dilley at Paloma Valley High School, head coach of the Wildcats, taking over for Tom Tello here as we go into spring football. And Coach, go ahead. You can run. I can see you on Zoom. I know you need to get back to practice. All these football coaches, I almost feel guilty keeping them too long because, again, they are just so busy. They're out there at practice. Coach Galiano had just wrapped up practice. I'm sure he's trying to, talk to parents and talk to the students. And because, again, all these different safety protocols, it's just a little bit different this year compared to years past. But again, we will take whatever we can get. We'll make the best of this moment, and we will really enjoy this high school football season this spring. Again, it's a little bit strange, but we'll take it. Another commercial break coming up here on the Inland Sports Show. A little bit later down the road, we'll have Fontana high school baseball player Cole Torres. He will join us live, talk about the importance of high school athletics. And also, J.W. North's head football coach, O.P. Vaipulu. The Huskies had a great season last year, hoping to follow that up with some good games, as you'll see in their schedule for this spring season. So we'll talk with Coach Vaipulu when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show here at Teen Vision TV 16. And this segment has been brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Right now, the enrollment is open for the Bass School. So if you're a student athlete, serious about grades, serious about athletics, this for right now is just for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check them out. But also at Boost Performance Training, if you want to get faster, stronger, more dynamic, they can do that too. All ages, all sports. Check them out. Check them out at Boost Training Systems. There it is. .com. The old Vanna wife. You guys get that reference. All right. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, again, more high school football. Coach Vaipulu will join us next.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports. Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now. And it's just been a blessing.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We are blowing it out high school football style. We've got practices going on all across the Inland Empire, and we're going out live to another practice. In fact, we're going to 3rd and Chicago. JW North, home of the Huskies. We got head coach O.P. Vaipulu joining us live on the show from a Huskies practice. And Coach, first off, it's so good to see you out there at a real live football practice. How is it going out there tonight?
It's awesome, man. We're glad and thankful to be back out here. Obviously, it's been over a year, but it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling to finally have some football out here.
Yeah, it is kind of.
We're actually finished our practice right now with the special teams right now, so.
Yeah, I heard you yelling PAT during the commercial break. PAT, let's go.
Yeah.
But Coach, I mean, here we are in the month of March. I know this is bizarre. It's not normal, but at this point, we'll take any football that we can get. You guys have a 5-game schedule. Let's talk about that a little bit, because 5 games, I mean, that's a pretty nice schedule for you guys to have and be able to have 5 games, especially for your seniors to, put on those JW North uniforms, a couple more times this season.
Yeah, exactly. We're just blessed to have a season for those senior guys. It's unfortunate some of the spring sports didn't get to do it last year, so we're blessed for these guys to to be able to put the blue and gold on one more time. So it's a real pleasure, obviously, and they're extremely blessed, and everyone's out here having fun and excited to be back.
Well, Coach, I'm looking at your schedule real quick. You open with Rancho Verde. I mean, right out of the gate, you're gonna have a great game. Are you excited about that one?
Yeah, exactly. And we scrimmage with Redlands East Valley next week, so we have a pretty solid schedule. Tough opponents all the way around in our league as well. But yeah, scrimmaging Rev and then going to playing Rancho Verde right away is a tough test. So we got to work hard right here, continue to prepare, and I think the boys will be ready.
Yeah, I love that. I love Rev, which is a scrimmage, and then Rancho Verde, then you got Paloma Valley, Hemet, Valley View, and Notre Dame.
Yes, yeah. So those are our 5. It's tough games, tough opponents. So, we'll take it, though, like you said.
So, Coach, we've got such an abbreviated season, and you don't have a lot of time in helmets and pads to get ready for that first game of the year. Do you change your approach a little bit? Because you don't have like an entire off season to get ready for that first game.
Yeah, we got to change it. We got to modify it, obviously. And then, obviously, we got to keep in touch with the protocols, all the safety protocols. That's the one thing that we can't veer off of, being social distancing, have a mask on. We obviously can't meet in the classrooms. So we have Zoom meetings still. We're limited time still. We'll be testing once a week still. So all that stuff coincides with the 2 weeks before a game. It's tough, but again, everyone is excited because we have football back. It's been over a year, so I think it's as long as we got a season, everyone does their job, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think at this point, Coach, no one's complaining about the circumstances because, it's like, hey, only 2 weeks to prepare. I don't think anyone cares at this point. It's like, let's just play some football, make sure the kids are healthy and safe, and let's do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it. It's been a year. This is what we fought for. A lot of coaches have fought for it. Club came in way. A lot of guys wanted to play football, and now it's passed, and we're going. So now let's get going and do the right things to keep us safe and complete the season.
And finally, Coach, because I want you to be able to get back to work over there. I know you got practice right now, but what does safety protocols look like? Are you guys having to, still social distance? Do you have to wear masks? I see you have a mask on right now. Yeah. So, I mean, what do you guys have to do?
We're still lifting outside. We're sanitizing in between, reps and all that stuff. When we come on the field, we have sanitizer bottles everywhere. We have sanitized breaks built into practice every 3 periods with the water breaks. So, and then obviously we're going off and on campus, go in one way, go out the other, check the temperatures, all that stuff. We're trying to stay as safe as possible with the district protocols and the state protocols, man, because we don't want, we're blessed to have the season, so we got to follow the rules and keep it the same. Same energy with our practice, with the safety protocols to keep it going.
Yes, sir. In fact, that's probably the most 2021 thing I've ever heard. Water breaks and sanitizing breaks for the football team.
Yeah, exactly.
Coach, I always appreciate your time. God bless you, and have fun out there, and hopefully we'll talk again soon. I'll let you get back to practice.
Yeah, we will. Awesome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you, Coach. That's OP Vaipulu from JW North live from a Huskies practice. Coach, you can roll out. I can see you on Zoom. Yeah, they're all like, come on, I got to get back to work. We're doing special teams right now. Let's get this cracking. All right. Big thanks to Coach OP Vaipulu. And again, towards the start of the show, we had Zach Dilley from Paloma Valley and, of course, Aric Galiano from San Jacinto High School. Again, we're going to blow out high school football tonight and again next week as we get a little bit closer to those first games of the season. We'll take another commercial break here. When we come back, we'll talk with Cole Torres, Fontana baseball player. We'll talk about the importance of high school athletics. You're watching your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
.96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. Every single Wednesday night at 6:05, first pitch. We've been talking a lot about high school football because we are fired up that the outdoor sports were cleared, including water polo. I know some water polo matches will be starting very, very soon. And then right around the corner, we'll have soccer matches. And then after that, we'll have baseball and softball all across the Inland Empire. Join us here live on the show. He plays baseball at Fontana High School. It is Cole Torres. And Cole, listen, you really struck me because you're a high school athlete, And you have this self-awareness that you know how important high school athletics are to a high school student. It makes a well-rounded student. How bad do you just want to have a baseball season this year?
Pep, baseball's important to me, and I was placed in those shoes, and that's what gives me that understanding of these other students. I was put in that position where I knew that I needed baseball to have that motivation to move forward. And I see so many students right now, their grades dropping, unmotivated, and it's sad. And the district is trying to figure out, well, how can we fix this? How can we get these students motivated? And sports is an answer. The ability to get out there and compete with their teammates and make those memories is something really important that every student needs to have.
Cole, I think you're exactly right. For a lot of students, that motivation, that reason to, maybe it's keep your grades up, maybe it's to be in class every day, is to play sports. And they kind of go hand in hand with that whole, high school experience, is, playing high school sports. And to not have high school sports, we're already struggling with this, distance learning and, our kids engaged, are they really into it? But if we can have at least high school sports, like you said, it gives them something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, it gives them that motivation for the rest of the day. It gives them the reason to get their grades up. I know a lot of students that are low GPAs and they just don't have the motivation to move forward and get those assignments done. They have assignments stacking up on the list more and more and more. And their main talk is, well, what am I doing this for? I'm not in school. What is the main reason that I am putting all this work forward? And with sports finally opening up, I have a strong feeling that students are going to get back into their work and back into their grades because they see the light at the end of that tunnel and they say, this is what I'm working towards. I'm working towards getting back out on that field and getting back out with my teammates and doing what I love.
Cole, you're exactly right. I think that motivation, that it's almost like, I don't want to say a reward, but it's like, hey, I want to do well in school. I want to make sure I'm showing up for class, even if it's just on Zoom or whatever. I got to make sure because I want to play sports. I want to stay eligible. I want that experience. Now, Cole, listen, I know at Fontana High School, you guys want to have a baseball season. I can already tell you're a future leader. You're already trying to meet with, I don't know if it was the principal or the school board, but you're already like moving and shaking, trying to help your fellow student athletes get that sports season, right? Trying to push that conversation, that dialogue along with your leaders at Fontana.
So, yeah, a couple weeks ago, I met with Superintendent Bassett and Coordinator of Athletics, Mr. Ed Kirby from Fontana Unified, who, of course, were very assured that sports were going to be coming back and we're going to be pushed forward and we're going to be a priority. It didn't seem to come in the weeks as they said it would. It's when I began to reach out to some of our board members from Fontana Unified who have showed so much support for high school athletics. One board member going as far as putting it on the agenda to be voted on because she feels that students need it, not only for grades and for school, but for their mental health. Mm-hmm. They need to be there 100% and have that 100% mental health to function at their 100%. So I'm pretty sure that with the board moving forward with this, we're going to have great things in the future. Fontana High School, at least, we are moving forward. I can see it every day. We're taking another step towards getting back out there 100%.
Yeah, it looks promising, and hopefully they'll follow through and make this happen. And Cole, you touched on something that I wanted to ask you. One of my questions was, of course, sports brings physical wellness, right? Because you're out there running around, and that's great. But also mental health, like to be out there with your friends and running around. Like I probably can't even justify how important it is. I can't even give it justice, like how important it is just to be part of a team and see your friends. And of course, like I said, the physical health, but the mental health goes hand in hand with that when you play sports.
Yeah, I seek that same justice. I said, I'm not sure how this mental health works, but I know that it's hand in hand with these sports and with being out there. And I reached out to a couple communities and groups who are also advocating for getting sports back in session. And they had numerous letters signed by doctors from all over California that said it would be much safer, not only mentally, but for the students' well-being, to get them back in these school sports, because these school sports are organized. They have guidelines, they have protocols and steps that we're taking to make sure that all of our athletes are safe and are functioning at their best.
That's a great point, Cole, as well. Listen, I know you're a baseball guy. You play baseball for the Steelers. And when I think of spring sports, I even go back to last year, the fact that, I don't know how many games you guys played before your season was cut short because of the pandemic, but the spring sports athletes who had last year basically wiped away. And here we are, about a year later, almost, we're in the same boat, but at least things are improving in terms of those COVID numbers. But I just want to see baseball get a chance to play a season because, again, going back to last year, you guys didn't get a chance to fulfill an entire season.
Yeah, last year was definitely cut short. A lot of our players were hoping, as we all were, we were hoping for something short. We were hoping to get control of this outbreak pretty quickly and get back out there. However, that wasn't what had happened. And we lost a lot of seniors last year that didn't get their senior year, and we tried our best. And we tried to do certain things for them to show them that we really did care. Now moving forward, we've been in this for almost a year, and it's time to move forward because we can't go through this for a second year. We can't let more students down, more athletes down, and more importantly, these students rely on sports not only for scholarships but for their futures. So we got to make sure that we're looking out for the best interests of our students.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Cole, I know conditioning and that training and whatnot is taking place, right? As a baseball team, are you guys doing something with safety protocols in place?
So yes, last week we did start our on-campus conditioning. So as far as I know, conditioning is going to take place for 5 days. Today was actually our 5th day. So tomorrow we are a full go for normal practice. So this is playing catch, base running, and I do believe we get to make contact with balls that other students have hit. That wasn't something that we were able to do previously. We're definitely looking forward to that, getting that normality of baseball, because conditioning is always great to get back in shape, but you go out there to do those drills that relates baseball, because that's what's fun and that's what everybody loves to do, and that's the sport.
Well, Cole, now that these 5 days are up, I think that's a step in the right direction. Like you said, running the bases, hitting a baseball, playing catch, that's definitely a step in the right direction, and we are certainly keeping the faith. The good news for baseball is that you still have a little bit of time. Maybe the first games weren't scheduled until, maybe mid-March or late March, so you have a little bit of time on your side, I guess.
Yeah, we're looking at, we do have some time on our hands. We don't want to take too much time to where we're in a bad position and we don't have time to take the necessary decisions. With spring break coming forward, we might be looking at a couple games during spring break, possibly scrimmages, just to make sure we get our athletes out there and make sure they're able to compete with, even if it's scrimmages with other teams, to bring that sense of normality back and, of course, that mental health and everything that comes along with it.
Well, Cole, we applaud you for being a voice for student athletes everywhere, certainly at Fontana High School, at Faux High. And again, best of luck. It looks promising. We're going in the right direction at least. So hopefully we'll see you guys on a diamond this spring playing some real games at Fontana.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we can be back out there and doing what we love, and then we'll see it out there. It'll be fun.
That's the plan. Cole Torres from Fontana High School Baseball joined us here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks again, Cole, and best of luck. All right, that's Cole Torres here joining us live on the Inland Sports Show. Again, high school student athletes, as you heard from a lot of the football coaches that were on earlier, and I think even Kurt Bruick, the head football coach at Citrus Valley, said last week, sports is saving lives. That's how important sports are to some of these high school student athletes out there, to get out there for, the physical and also the mental health aspect of it. So very, very, very important. And it's good to see so many schools and school districts moving in that direction to return to sports. This segment's been brought to you by our good friends over at Kin Sporting Goods since 1976, holding it down for the Inland Empire for all your sporting gear needs. They got Letterman's jackets. Of course, they got masks. Even if you're not a sports team, let's say you're a local business, you want matching shirts, polos, hats, whatever, they can hook it all the way up. That's Kin Sporting Goods. And be sure to follow them on Instagram, and the website is kinsportinggoods.com. Big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, always doing a great job keeping me on the straight and narrow. As, listen, we're about, 51 minutes, Johnny? Maybe 50 minutes or so, right around that mark that we always hit. And again, next Wednesday, we'll talk more high school football as we lead in to those first games of this spring football season. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless everybody out there. We're very excited for the return of outdoor sports. Fingers crossed for the indoor ones as well. Basketball, wrestling, volleyball. You know what I'm talking about. Hopefully they'll get started soon as well. My name is Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on the Inland Sports Show.